Finding more victims. One of the country's most prolific serial killers now linked to Florida. New tonight, the new mission to see if he had any more victims in our own backyard. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Wendy Ryan.
And I'm Paula Gronin for Jameson, a USF professor now leading the charge to see if Sam Little is responsible for any number of unsolved murders here in the Bay Area.
Yeah, and new tonight, ABC Action News reporter Carson Chambers talking to one mom who just got the answer she's been waiting decades to hear. Carson?
Well, Sam Little is already linked to homicides in Tampa and Plant City and Perry and also in Homestead, Florida. But because he targeted women down on their luck, he may have more victims who just haven't been identified.
We hadn't forgot her, but we had just gave up on finding who did it.
Mom Minnie Hill lost her daughter in 1982.
When you find out the truth, that gives you some closure.
Now she knows 20-year-old Rosie Hill was murdered by a serial killer, a 78-year-old confessing in a Texas prison that he killed 90 women from 1970 to 2005.
You're sitting with evil in its purest form, but he came off like a grandfather.
Sergeant Michael Mongeluzzo with the Marion County Sheriff's Office interviewed Little face-to-face.
He told me, he said, well, God put me here to do this.
Now Tampa Bay law enforcement taking a hard look at unsolved cold cases. And this USF forensic scientist who's been working to ID women's remains from the 70s and 80s is also considering some could be Little's victims.
You see patterns, females murdered, dumped. They're probably among the hardest cases to solve because you don't know who she is.
The FBI says Little, a drifter, beat and strangled women to death from California to Florida, targeting women addicted to drugs or in prostitution. And in Hill's case, a mom who left behind a 2-year-old child.
It still doesn't help that feeling that you have, that your loved one is gone.
Okay, and the FBI says Little was a former boxer who stunned his victims by punching them in the face. His MO was to dump those bodies in rural areas. In the newsroom, I'm Carson Chambers, ABC Action News.
Just